The aim of this video is to explain the details of DSR logic. Here you know the list view, since we explained the details of list view in our introduction video. We will not talk about this view. You can, as you may know, you can make all kind of filtering options here, and all the data in the data names in the columns will be explained in the record view section. Actually, at first, let me explain the structure of the DSR quickly. You can see that page in our presentation also, and I have a brief description for this page. As you can see, DSR means the ground time of an aircraft. So you are always connecting the DSR to the flight log, means a flight, and connecting all the works performed to the DSR. So the most important thing in the DSR logic is that when you make any maintenance, like data log defect, daily check, pre-flight servicing, cabin log defect, not important. When you make any maintenance action, you have to tie this to a DSR, and this DSR must be tied to a flight log, which is the arrival flight of that aircraft to the base that you performed maintenance. So if you made the maintenance in Antalya at 12 p.m., you have to tie that maintenance activities to the DSR, which is tied to the flight log, which is the arrival flight of suspect aircraft to that base. So please take care of this. After the aircraft fly and you enter all your issues, the DSR will continue to its workflow and close, but you have to take care of that which DSR you connected the related activity. For example, in some flight logs, some items are entered after suspect flights performed in that data log, and some items are performed before that flight was performed. So the DSRs of these items, which are also in the same page, must be different. If you performed any maintenance action before that flight in that log, so you have to tie it to the previous landing action. But if you performed any action after a flight in a data log, so you can perform to related flight which is existing in the same log also. Please take care of this. And these are all for the logic of DSR. And as you can see, MCCCS, Dutch CS maintenance manager groups can perform this, can open a DSR, and MCC must approve the work afterwards. And finally, after all related connected work orders closed, the DSR will be closed also. Let's make a data entry to a DSR. Here you can choose any DSR if it's existing, but if you want to open a DSR, you have to press that insert new record button. When I press the new record button, as you can see, an open page, a clear record view will be wheel came up, and here I have to choose the registration by clicking that icon. I can choose golf, and afterwards I have to choose the flight. uh, as I said before, I have to choose a flight which is the arrival flight of aircraft to the base which you performed maintenance. So for this area, as you can see, we use that icon to open a or to open to see predefined aircrafts, and we choose it from here. So this is useful for registration area, but here when I press there is a limited table which do not have the flight number, flight data, etc. So it's not useful for us. Actually, this is a summary table of the program, but it's useless for some areas. So we have to double click this area. Let's double click. When I double click, the flight log original work order page will be opened. So when it opened, I can quickly change, select the flight that I'm looking for. After opening this flight log, you have to press there and filter for the aircraft you choose there. Now it's open. As I said before, when these defined filtering options filter that flight log to exist only flights which has actual information, which means that for the flights already performed, and also putting these in order from new to old. So generally, when you are trying to enter the data in the same day, you should select one of the flights which are at the top of the page. So let's select this flight, and after that, if I double click here, the record view of this record will be opened. So, but I want to write this flight log number to the DSR page. For this purpose, I have to press that return value button. When I press the return value button, as you can see, the flight log number is transferred to here. It's really so simple. We entered on the registration and flight log, and after that, when I save, since the flight log and the registration is different, it will give us an error message. Now they are same. When I save, it's saved. Okay, we have one more option. Let's insert another record. First option is that you enter the registration and flight log. Second option, you may not find the related flight in the flight log because of any problem in the system. In that case, in order to not block your data entry, please, there is a way to let you enter the data by opening a DSR. For any action, for any maintenance action, you have to open a DSR, and if you cannot open a DSR by selecting a flight log, you cannot continue. So when you can't find related flight in the DSR somehow, you can use this method. For this method, you have to choose the aircraft at first, and after that, click that checkbox, which is the suspect flight is not existing in the flight plan. And after that, you press the save button, and yes, it's saved. And here we have, as you can see, there. Let's try to insert another record. As you can see, there are so many statuses. You have to keep it always, when you are opening a DSR, you have to keep it always in performed status, performed DSR status. If you want to select another one, program will warn you, you cannot select any other option from this area. And let's explain these fields. There are tabs here, as you can see. Child work order tab is listing all the items as I described before. DSR is specifying a ground time from one landing to takeoff. So, and this child work orders area is describing is listing all the works performed in that ground time interval. So you can see a brief description of all the actions performed in that area. There can be numerous actions like hold item, nav, cabin log, data log defect, servicing, etc. So when you want to see related records, as you can see, there is a work order column there. If you double click to that work order column, there is a menu will be opened. Actually, this is a default way of the program. We cannot change this. Actually, it's not logical, but we cannot get rid of this. And a list will be opened, and you have to select related item to go to related record. And for this purpose, we have a column here which specifies the action type. Since this is servicing, I have to go there, double click the work order number area, and after that select servicing. If I select the correct one, the record will be opened. And here we are at the servicing page now, and here is the details of the servicing issue. And yes, these are all for the DSR. Actually, there is only one key information. When you make any maintenance, you have to select a DSR which is connected to the arrival flight of the maintenance phase you perform the maintenance section. Please take care of this. This is the key issue of the DSR. And here is one final information. When you are inserting a record, as you can see, when we select the flight, let's make a new one. Here click flight log, and select any flight from there. When I press the save button, as you can see, all these areas are filled. What are these areas? This is the flight that we selected, and this is the station. And this is the beginning and end of ground time information for suspect flight. If there is no actual data in the system, these could be calculated in accordance with the planning information. If we have actual data, then we will use the actual on-block and off-block data from the system. These are all for the DSR. Thank you for listening and watching our video.